I thought one day the world around me would start to make sense.
And I ain't need nothing else, no one else but you and I.
I was looking for reasons why things happen. Who is that?
Edmund. He's the oldest.
I guess I was pretty naive back then.
You and I, no one...
In what way did this role or making this film push you as an actress, do you think?
I had to play somebody who was unlikable, and I really wanted to do that. I wanted to play someone who wasn't the warmest, wasn't the most kind of understandable person, and I had played quite a few characters before that were a bit ethereal and was in kind of a supernatural setting, and I loved it because it was so different, but at the same time I was really desperate to play someone that was just very current and, you know, had piercings in their face and had bleached blonde hair and was paranoid about the food that they ate and things like that, and I loved doing something like that. So but yeah, more than anything I think it was just the fact that she was just so bitchy to everyone, you know.
Hi. No one calls me Elizabeth, so if you don't mind, my name's Daisy.
One of the things I notice about your performances is that you're always very self-assured on screen. Do you have any kind of tentativeness or lack of confidence inside you as an actress, or do you feel more self-assured as time goes by?
I'd be more unsure after I do something or before I do something, but when I'm in the middle of doing it, everything seems, you know, if it's going well and it's not terrible or anything, it all seems very kind of clear, and when you know what you want to do and you know what the director wants and you feel like you're really bringing that out of yourself, that's really, really great, you know. So well, I'm glad you think that. I hope, yeah, I think when I'm actually working, when I'm actively working in a scene, I feel that way, but then afterwards I think, oh god, that was actually probably terrible and I was probably really awful in that, so it changes, but I think a lot of actors are like that, you know.
What's going on?
Following the detonation of a nuclear device, all civilians are being evacuated.
This is our home. We're not leaving.
I want to be here with you.
Are there certain kinds of roles that you wouldn't do? Because recently Jim Carrey withdrew his support from Kick-Ass 2 because he felt the film was too violent.
I think a lot of the time things can be over-sexualised and it's unnecessary, and I think when it is necessary it's done in a really beautiful way, but I do find a lot of the time I watch some scenes in films and I think I'm really not getting anything out of this. I don't think it's adding anything to the story, so I think that would kind of be the only thing for me, is whether it's some sort of sexual explicit scene or something like that, or anything, you know. You need to do what feels right for you.
Girls, follow me.
Wherever they take you, find a way to get back here. Promise me.
You can't split us up.
What are your views on Hollywood? Because if you look at the summer blockbuster season, there are a lot of people who think that what the studios have been putting out has really been wanting creatively, and I just wondered what your views were on that.
Some blockbuster films do kind of need to up their game a little bit. It's not as easy as just throwing out a big action adventure anymore, you know. It really needs to have a good plot to it, and it needs to be strong, because all these great little indies that are coming out are just amazing, and loads of people are starting to go and see them, so they seem to really be a competition for them now.
I mean, that's very true. I mean, there are some great indie films, but there's a problem with distribution.
Yeah.
That it's really hard to get those films out to audiences in a way, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I'm not as involved in that, but I mean, even with this, I think this is a great film, and I wasn't sure if it was going to be picked up or not, just because you never know. It's the nature of this business, I think, that everything's so unpredictable, you know. And I mean, even, I won't name the films, but like a few blockbusters that have come out recently, and everyone thought they were going to be huge and make loads of money, and they just didn't. And it could be down to the film itself, or it could be down to just the audience's mindset at the time, you know, or what they want to see. I think that's kind of starting to change a bit as well, so.